Meanwhile, the presumptive Republican nominee, Donald Trump, headlining the annual Faith and Freedom Conference today. Trump is working to smooth things over with evangelicals after some recent inflammatory comments. Let's talk about his chances with Sabrina Schaefer, Executive Director of the Independent Women's Forum. Jessica Tarlov is a Democratic pollster and senior political strategist at Schoen Consulting. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks, John.
Jessica, 56% of evangelicals identify as Republicans.
Yeah.
Are they Trump supporters?
Well, I saw in the Fox News poll that came out last night that 44% of evangelical, or he has a 44% lead over Hillary Clinton with evangelical voters, white evangelical voters, and she's leading very handedly, obviously, with the Black and Latino communities. And I didn't see the breakdown there with the evangelical vote, but this is a must-win for Donald Trump here, and I think that we're seeing his support slipping. You know, he dropped 6 points from the last general election Fox News poll that we saw, and now he's trailing Hillary Clinton, and she's leading with key demographic groups. I think he's still ahead with independents, but otherwise she's really leading where she should be. And he needs this, and he needs to make his case, and it needs to be about policy, not just saying things like, I love Christians and I'm going to be there for the Christian community.
Yeah, he has literally said, I love the evangelicals. Sabrina, we just saw Hillary Clinton speaking to Planned Parenthood. That's generally not an organization that evangelicals embrace. Donald Trump has said Planned Parenthood provides some good services. Right. So how does he win over this pivotal group, as Jessica said?
Well, it's true. He has a very tricky needle to thread, but I'm not sure it's impossible. The reality is that 67% of evangelicals, Christian evangelicals, oppose Donald Trump right now, but that is still better than the 81% who oppose Hillary Clinton. So it's sort of an interesting, they're calling it the God gap. Sort of, I haven't heard that one before. Jessica's right. Nearly 50% of the GOP vote in 2012 was made up of Christian evangelicals. So this is an important voting bloc. But one area, and you mentioned policy, that he does have, because he's had this trouble on the issue of reproductive rights, but the issue of Christian persecution around the globe is an area where Christian evangelicals here in America are very concerned with, and I think it's an area that he may be able to attract attention, not just within that community, but with other voters at large.
But sticking with you for a moment, a lot of pollsters feel like Mitt Romney lost in 2012, in part because evangelicals didn't necessarily rally behind his Mormon faith. If evangelicals aren't excited about Donald Trump and just stay home, that's not good for him.
No, they are a critical voting bloc for Republicans. You're absolutely correct. It's sort of saying women are a critical voting bloc for Democrats right now. So I absolutely agree. He has a lot of work to do right now with Christian evangelicals, with other groups. He has to get in there and sort of explain some of his positions, as with many issues, right? He has to lay it out. What is it that he stands for so that he feels like they have something to get behind?
But, Jessica, evangelicals aren't necessarily going to jump on the Hillary Clinton bandwagon if they don't find Donald Trump particularly
attractive.
No,
the real risk, I think, and we were talking about this before the show started, is that people stay home this year because there are real concerns on both sides about the honesty and trustworthiness and the authenticity of these candidates. So you're really fighting that, I think, more than anything else at this point.
Is that what you get when two candidates bring such high negative numbers to the election?
Well, I hope not. I hope you get that a lot of people go out for Hillary Clinton and they don't go out for Donald Trump. But yes, I think that's really the main risk here, that people become totally disenchanted, you know, that Bernie Sanders supporters stay at home. I don't think they're going to break for Trump. But I think that's the main concern here. Spoken like a Democratic operative. Go figure.
Well, it's true that the unfavorables for both of them are very high. Both, you know, Hillary Clinton, a Quinnipiac poll found 59% of voters find her not to be trustworthy. Interestingly enough, 58% of people think that Donald Trump is not trustworthy. So it's hard to have a substantive conversation with those kind of numbers.
We've got a long way to go till November. We'll see if things turn around on both sides. Sabrina Schaefer, Jessica Tarlov.
Thank you,
John.
All right, Melissa.
The hockey world mourning the loss of an all-time great. Gordie Howe has died. Details on his passing and on his legendary career.
We asked a group of young people when they thought they should start saving for retirement. Then we asked some older people when they actually did start saving. This gap between when we should start saving and when we actually do is one of the reasons why too many of us aren't prepared for retirement.
Just start as early as you can. It's going to pay off in the future.
If we all start saving a little more today, we'll all be better prepared tomorrow.
Prudential. Bring your challenges. It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. After a long day, Dave stops working, but his Aleve doesn't. Because Aleve can last 4 hours longer than Tylenol 8 hour. What will you do with your Aleve hours?
If you think you've seen it all, well, do I have a surprise for you? It's Red Lobster's new Lobster and Shrimp Summerfest. With the lobster and shrimp you love and so many new dishes, you're going to want to try every last one. Like the new Coastal Lobster and Shrimp, with a wood-grilled lobster tail, wild-caught red shrimp crusted with panko, and shrimp fresh off the grill and brushed with summer ale barbecue sauce. Or try the new Lobster and Shrimp Overboard, because when a dish can wow you like this, Overboard's the only way to describe it. But hurry, this ends soon.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. A government study reports thousands of workers have been diagnosed with asbestos-related mesothelioma. To compensate those affected, asbestos trusts have been established with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. Act now. Call 1-800-950-MESO for a free consultation. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
I would like to take a moment to address my fellow veterans, because I know there are so many of you who have served your country honorably, whether it's 2 years, 4 years, or 32 years like myself. One of the benefits that we as a country give you as a veteran is your eligibility for a VA loan. Not 80%, but 100% the value of your home, and that's what you can get at New Day USA.
Go to newdayusa.com or call 1-866-612-0310. It's a new day for veterans who want to refinance.
That's me.
The New Day 100 VA loan lets you refinance your mortgages, consolidate your credit card debt, get cash, and lower your payments an average of $640 a month. New Day will even pay for your appraisal.
That's me.
As a vet, you've earned the right to apply for a home loan that's VA guaranteed. For veterans who want to refinance, that can mean a lot.
That's me.
Call New Day USA now at 1-866-612-0310.
A Fox News alert on the passing of another sports legend. Hockey star Gordie Howe has died. Known as Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe played for 26 seasons, I should say, in the National Hockey League, most of them with the Detroit Red Wings. In fact, he won 4 Stanley Cups with the Red Wings. He was the oldest player to suit up for an NHL game at 52 years of age. He played his final season with the Hartford Whalers in 1979-1980. He's a Hall of Famer, and for many, he defined the sport. Gordie Howe died at the age of 88.
His fans lining the streets of Louisville, Kentucky today to say goodbye to Muhammad Ali. The hometown hero's funeral procession making a 19-mile journey through the city, passing his childhood home and the boulevard that bears his name. Chief correspondent Jonathan Hunt is live outside Ali's childhood home in Louisville. Jonathan, quite a sight on the street of Louisville this morning.
Yeah, Melissa, it's been an extraordinary day so far here in Louisville, and we're only about halfway through it. Things got going a little late this morning, perhaps not surprising when you have so many of Ali's family in Louisville, so many dignitaries and celebrities to deal with. But eventually, we saw the casket containing Muhammad Ali's body carried out to a waiting hearse, carried by, among others, the actor Will Smith and former heavyweight champions Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. And then the long procession got underway. Many cars in that procession, and it wound its way slowly through Louisville, going past, among other things, the Ali Center, of course, set up by Muhammad Ali to showcase his work in life as well as in boxing. And then eventually the convoy arrived here outside Ali's childhood home and was greeted by a typical Ali chant. Listen here. The crowd
The crowds had waited several hours here. They were about 10 deep at one point, and everybody seemed thrilled and honored to be here to pay their respects to a man who had so much impact, not just in the boxing ring, but far beyond it too. Listen here to some of the mourners.
I've been a boxing fan, but more than that, the man that he was. And it was neat to hear my 15-year-old say, gee, I thought he was just a boxer. It's like, no, that was the least of his triumphs in his life.
I felt good for the mayor and for the whole city, how they just really embraced him, and I've never seen anything like it. The whole city's lit up.
It meant a lot. I mean, he's a very influential person in our community, and I wanted my kids to be able to share in this experience to somebody that meant a lot to everybody.
And the private burial service is now underway at the Cave Hill Cemetery, which is on the National Register of Historic Places. Later today, and it's been delayed by about an hour, was due to get underway around 2 p.m. Now we're told it'll be around 3 p.m. A 2-hour memorial service. It's an interfaith service. Of course, Muhammad Ali's Muslim faith will be celebrated a great deal there. And then the eulogies among those speaking about their lifetime knowledge and interactions with Muhammad Ali will be the sportscaster Bryant Gumbel, and the final eulogy will be delivered by former President Bill Clinton. It promises to be an emotional, celebratory as well, I think, and fitting farewell to a real champion. Melissa?
Wow, so emotional. Jonathan Hunt, thank you so much for that. And we want to hear from you. What are your fondest memories of Muhammad Ali? Our live chat is up and running. Go to foxnews.com/happening now to join the conversation.
Well, out west, a lot of people are hoping for a break from Mother Nature as crews battle a massive wildfire that's only about 10% contained right now. What may have sparked the flames? Plus, this. The Obama administration is broadening the fight against the Taliban in Afghanistan. What it means for our troops in harm's way there.
This program is brought to you by Jardiance empagliflozin tablets.
That's life. That's what people say. You're riding high in April and shot down in May. I know I'm gonna change that too.
That's life. You diet, you exercise. And if you still need help lowering your blood sugar, this is Jardiance. Along with diet and exercise, Jardiance works around the clock to lower blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes. This can help you lower blood sugar and A1C. And although it's not for weight loss or lowering systolic blood pressure, Jardiance could help with both. Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration. This may cause you to feel dizzy, faint, or lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that can be life-threatening. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, and trouble breathing. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis or an allergic reaction. Symptoms of an allergic reaction include rash, swelling, and difficulty breathing or swallowing. Do not take Jardiance if you are on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Other side effects are genital yeast infections, kidney problems, increased bad cholesterol, and urinary tract infections, which may be serious. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you have any medical conditions. So talk to your doctor, and for more information, visit Jardiance.com.
For over 200 years, the stock market has been going up and down like a roller coaster. And it seems like everybody is giving you advice on what you should do with your retirement.